file. So, you know, someone comes in and says, you visited this website, you can say, well, I don't know if it was me, it might have been my wife, I have other people on the net, I have friends, they come over and use the internet. Now they're going to know that you are the one on the net.
And this is guilty until proven innocent. So what's happening is when DARPA and the National Security Agency built and designed the web in the 60s, they called it worldwide wiretap. That was the joke. www. That was the joke. Worldwide wiretap. And so we love it. It's great. It empowers liberty. They're getting rid of it. We're destroying them. And again, I learned of this 6 years ago. I found out that Internet2 has been around for 12 years. They were planning it 20 years ago. And you go read Internet2 documents. You go read their minutes. This isn't us. They say they're doing all of this, and I warned you 5-6 years ago. I told you it was coming. Now it's here. Now it's happening, and they're already phasing it in 2008, and they say by 2002, the web won't be what it was, and by 2012, it's over. You will not be able to get to Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com. And that's another form of piracy. To get through other internet service providers, they're going to make you pay a premium to be able to get through to me. So that's basically stealing our content, stealing our intellectual property. This is just high criminal activity.
And then say a PrisonPlanet.tv subscriber watches a dozen of your videos in a month. All of a sudden, their bill's going to double and maybe triple, and they're going to say,
when they already paid $5.95 because I have servers that I'm paying for.
Exactly. It's total thievery. And what people have to understand is about 10% of the people out there use about 90% of the bandwidth. Grandma isn't using this bandwidth. You know, she's still going to pay $30 a month or $45 a month, whether she uses 5 gigs or not.
But by the nature of the web with this internet too, they're talking about it using 5, 6, 10, 20, 100 times the bandwidth. And so you have to understand that we're talking about prices that no one's going to be able to pay.
And you got to understand, bandwidth is getting cheaper. Memory is getting cheaper. They literally now have a disk.
That's right. I used to buy a 1 gigabyte memory stick for my camera. It was $150. Now it's like $5, $10.
Not even $5. Yeah, $5 or $10 on the web. But what's really incredible is now on a size of a DVD, you can literally, they have a new disc for a terabyte of information, folks. Now that is a terabyte. That is 1,000 gigabytes. That's huge on one little disc.
This is them trying to stop the Renaissance, to stop the printing press, hold back the entirety of human development in society, which is the globalists are known for. They say in their own Club of Rome documents and Internet too, they want to suppress technological development and control free speech. Let's go back to the main radio show now.
7091 for all your cleaning needs.
Again, I hear all these Americans asking why oil prices are so high. OPEC says why. Congressional reports say the dollar's been devalued by over 60%. The public knows nothing. I tell the public they're planning to incrementally shut down the web, shut down the hubs, force you onto systems that are, quote, corporate or governmental, where they say you have no free speech. Congress is having meetings showing 9/11 truth, saying we got to restrict free speech. The Bilderberg Group met this weekend in Chantilly. We went and covered it. We forced them to put out a press release for the second time in their history, saying they wanted to restrict free speech on the web in their own admission. We've destroyed the establishment media. I see him trying to put it back in Pandora's box. I don't think it's going to work, but we've got to push harder than ever while we still have somewhat free access. I mean, we've already, for going back 8-9 years, I've got ISPs admitting in England and Germany and the U.S. they block InfoWars all the time. We've already been dealing with this censorship, or Google not showing our stories headlines, or not showing that we're number one. We're really number one, being caught. Dig caught cheating. They already do it per website because we're kicking their butt. I mean, you'll have 25,000 comments on one of my web post on YouTube, and it'll say 1,000 views. How do you have 25,000 comments and 1,000 views? They're cheating, ladies and gentlemen, because they can't beat the signal. They can't beat the info war. Jason Burmis.
Yeah, so now they're going to try to restrict that signal. They're going to restrict the content you can have, and I'll be very doubtful if anyone will carry Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or any of the sites that are really putting it out there. And I wouldn't even be surprised that when you post something, they'll have a screener that will go through it. And
No. I was at 2 hotels this last week, and both hotel internet said you're going to a website that doesn't have a proper security certificate, which these weren't secure sites. There's no reason for that. Are you sure you want to go to this dangerous website? I mean, I'm already banned in most universities, most libraries, most corporations. I know 5 people have been fired for Dell. They're allowed to visit stuff on lunch, but not InfoWars. It's considered terror.
And then you look at the Bilderberg press release, and they talk about cyber terrorism. And it's very interesting that now some of these war games, these drills, the red team happens to be anti-globalist hackers, Alex. See, people who know how to use a computer and are against globalism and the elite, they're terrorists now. That's basically what they're trying to do. The anti-globalist hackers are going to get into the infrastructure.
Folks, here's the deal. You better appreciate InfoWars, Prison Planet, the Genesis Network, and all the other groups that are out there, and we'd all better stop fighting with each other over what group runs it or who says it right or who makes mistakes. We better get together and say we're against getting rid of our borders in the North American Union. We're against getting rid of net neutrality. We're against Internet2. We're against them filtering content as Comcast and others. Hundreds of them admit they're doing it. It's already been going on. Like China, they can end the free web tomorrow. Basically, Internet2 is the same Chinese filtered model. They admit that. IBM, Cisco, they're over there running that. Yahoo and Google help run the censorship for China. They admit it. This is it. If you want free web, if you want what you've been having, it is about to end. You better go to Infowars.com. And get this story, Secret Plan to Kill the Internet by 2012 leaked, and all these stories. And you better get this video and put it up on YouTube and Google and spread it, folks, because, I mean, all of us are going to lose it. And I want to see all those other activist sites and others to stop sucking their thumbs and obsessing on little side issues and things and spend a little time spending it on hardcore stuff like this. Again, we were there first warning you because we read source documents. Burmis?
Yeah, if they don't do that, then they won't have a forum to gripe, really, Alex. There will be no forum where we can discuss these matters at all because their websites will be shut down as well. And it is so important that we have this alternative source of media, mainly because, you know, do we want an internet that's not going to report that Kucinich put out 35 articles of impeachment like the mainstream media didn't? Not on CBS,
yeah,
not on Fox, not on CNN, nothing.
No mainstream reportage. Great point on that. No mainstream reportage on the White House memo, the Downing Street memo. We break the news you see years later. Retransmission starts now at Infowars.com. For anybody that missed any of it, go to Infowars.com. Click on those streams. God bless you all.
Thank you for listening to TCN.
God bless you all. That's it for transmission. I was thinking about going over, but we're going to go ahead and just end this now. Good job, network.
Now.
I really do appreciate the network.